This is my quickie recipe for super fast, made from scratch pizza. It requires no mixer, no food processor, no kneading, and very little cleaning up. This pizza has a crispy outer crust, but the center is softer, more bread-like. It's like pizza and focaccia bread in one. Very delicious and incredibly quick and easy to make. Turn the oven on to preheat, 230 degrees Celsius or 200 for fan oven. I line the baking tray with aluminum foil, and I want it generously greased with butter. I use a knob of butter, maybe about 10 to 15 grams. I put a tray in the oven for 20 seconds, just until the tray has warmed up and the butter has started to melt. Using a spoon to move it around to give it a good coating. Of course, it's unconventional to use butter for pizza, but I don't really like the flavor of olive oil in baking. If you prefer, you can use a generous drizzle of olive oil instead of butter. Set aside. 250 grams of plain flour. 1½ teaspoon of instant yeast. ½ teaspoon of salt. ½ teaspoon of sugar. Mix. 170 milliliters, 17 grams of slightly warm water. Mix to form a dough. To make sure it's well combined, I like to spread the mixture out in the bowl and fold it back into a dough ball. Repeat 1 or 2 more times. This takes a few minutes. I'm not going to knead or proof this dough. It may sound really weird, but it totally works. The dough should be very sticky and pliable, but holds as one lump. Transfer the lump onto the tray. Coat the spoon in a little butter. Pat the dough into a slightly neater shape. And flip it over. Now the top of the dough is also greased. This is important because I use a large piece of plastic wrap on top of the dough and press it out. Without greasing the dough, the plastic wrap will stick. I press it out as evenly as I can, but no need to be perfect. Set aside for a minute while I make up a quick pizza sauce. The cheating ingredient is tomato puree. I think it's also called double concentrate tomato paste, about 2 tablespoons. I also add another thinner tomato product, either a tablespoon of chopped tinned tomato or a tablespoon of tomato ketchup. A pinch of salt, and a generous sprinkle of dry oregano. A little bit of olive oil, which is optional. If you're using tinned tomato instead of ketchup, add a good pinch of sugar. I'm using the same bowl and spoon from earlier. Spread onto the base. I think this is much better than ready-made pasta sauce, which I find too liquidy. For toppings, I'm putting on just some cheddar cheese. You can also add other toppings like pepperoni, salami, or olives. If using vegetables like onion and peppers, don't use too much to avoid too much moisture. Bake in the oven on the middle shelf for 17 to 20 minutes. A sprinkle of dry parsley just for color. This serves 2 very hungry people or 3 less greedy ones. With a salad or some vegetables on the side, this makes a lovely weekend lunch or weekday night dinner. Thanks for watching. I hope you give this recipe a try. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, share, and/or subscribe. There will be more easy baking recipes to come.